All right, guys, this is what it's all about. You know what I'm saying? You got so many things that you're interested in, so many options. A great problem to have when you learn how to figure out how to go about it. And me personally, through lack of discipline and just wanting to dabble and just kind of going for every shiny thing that pops out, I became a jack of all trades of sorts that led me with an interesting way to plan, to go about my life, yada yada yada. So, and me personally, I see the benefits of both sides. To being a jack of all trades and to just focusing on one particular thing, or what have you. And also, you can be a jack of all trades and be a master at something. Don't let nobody convince you otherwise. But what I'm speaking to today is how you can capitalize on wanting to do so many things. So one thing that I realized about myself is that I will try to go for the home run with one thing or a couple of things, and then I can't even take a swing on the other. So, for example, when I try to plan out my day, I try to do it in threes, which is doable. But if you look at my to do list, it's kind of stacked. So it gets to a point where I'm really tired and I have a tough time pushing through. This is towards the end of the day. All right, so it may be something like workout to failure 3 times for arms, core, legs. Write 3 chapters. Read 3 chapters. Um, Something else that I do in threes that I can't think about right now. You know what I'm saying? So I'll pile it on. But something that I really had to come to the realization of is that it's better to do something than to do nothing at all. So let's say you want to do multiple things. Let's say you want to make music. Let's say you want to write books. Let's say you want to exercise. Let's say you want to study. So instead of trying to pile it on, what you could do is you say, okay, I'll write one verse today. I'll read one chapter today. I'll have one 30-minute workout session. You know what I'm saying? I'll write one piece, whatever it is. That way you're more consistent in everything as opposed to trying to fit in or pushing aside some of the more complicated things just because you say, well, damn, when am I ever going to find time or the energy to do 3 of these things? It's better to do one than to do none. And if I could paraphrase, it's like what Bruce Lee said. He said he doesn't fear a man that who kicks 10,000 times in one day, but who can kick one time for 10,000 days, or that may be 1,000. You know what I'm saying? But you get what I'm saying. I'm paraphrasing. I'm not good at quoting people. I'm really not. But I can't give up on all of the things that I want to do, so I have to find a way to balance it all out. You see, I got the video game in my hand too. Look, I'd have made time for this, didn't I? Even though I haven't played anything yet. But it was very imperative to me that I bring this to your attention. Because what you don't want to get in the habit of is talking about, yeah, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to. It always feels good to say what you're going to do. You know, you get to celebrate without actually doing anything. But when the reality is much more daunting, much less appetizing, so you never actually get around to doing it. All right, tomorrow always looks a lot better than today. I'll tell you that. Tomorrow is where a lot of shit gets done, but actually doesn't. It only gets done in theory. All right, so with that being said, it's okay to be a jack of all trades, but you got to make sure, because you walk a fine line. You can definitely walk a fine line between a jack of all trades and being a dabbler. All right, so in order to push you on the side of being a jack of all trades, consistency is key. And you do that by doing a little bit each day. You know what I'm saying? Because where would you be if you read at least one chapter a day? You know what I'm saying? And that's not much. You know what I'm saying? I like to read, at least 3 chapters. But what would you be if you wrote one piece per day over the course of a year? Like I said, you read one chapter, you worked out till failure on top and this and that every day. Where would you be? You know what I'm saying? Where would you be if you wrote one verse per day? If you reached out to one person per day? If you made one video a day? Whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? Consistency will always drag you across the finish line. All right? And me personally, I'd rather work out every day kind of in small increments or however I can fit it in as opposed to going hard on 4 days out of the week and just, resting. My rest is doing lighter workouts and then taking the cold showers and, just doing things to boost my testosterone and, eat well every day. So now I don't know if I'll have greater benefits than everybody else, but I mean, it's working for me. And then the other things that I mentioned also, they're working. And that way it helps me form a routine as opposed to doing something maybe every other day or every weekend, whatever it is. That's how, you can get the best out of trying to do everything. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't do everything, but it kind of eats you up to kind of put something aside when, you also care about that too. So it's a matter of prioritizing and trying to find a block to fit it all in consistently. All right, with that being said, like, subscribe, comment, share, only if you love me.